Look who's coming.
Hi, Bella. She wants food, huh?
Yeah.
Hi. Come here. Bella. Bella. She's gonna go over because she thinks Big Mac's eating over there.
All right, so we got a bucket of chicken here, so we'll feed Big Mac and Bella a bunch. Hi, Big Mac. Oh, he's excited.
He smells it.
He's excited. Are you so excited? Big Mac. Oh, is that good?
Bella's creeping.
Is that good stuff? Oh, look at him.
There's Bella.
Big Mac. He's so cute.
He's so cute.
Here, come get some close-ups of him. Let people see that handsome face.
Let me see the handsome face.
Big Mac.
Let me see it.
So he's still a little skinny for a gator that big, so we're giving him a bunch. Big Mac. Ooh, that was quick.
Bella wants one. Look at her.
Coming up.
Oh yeah, she is.
That's why I brought these.
Look at her. She's gonna pop up. Bella.
Bella.
She's still a little wary.
Come on. Come on, Goofy.
There it is.
Look at this. Hey.
That was a
Good
big chicken
stuff.
quarter.
She knows.
She does.
Give her another big. Bella. Bella.
Yum.
That's a happy alligator.
Good girl. She's coming back.
Is she?
Yeah.
Big Mac. Big Mac. There we go.
Look at her.
She's coming in.
I'm so excited.
Here, you want to give her some?
Yeah, I can give her some.
Give her.
Bella. Yes. Good girl. I love her.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. All of our alligators are so cute. Come on, Bella.
This big guy.
Let's see if Bella will. Bella. Bella. I know Chris is like, this is dangerous. Bella. Bella. We got it. Big Mac. Big Mac.
We don't want to do that.
Open.
We want to make him react, and we throw the food in. So that is teaching him to be reactive to touch.
Okay.
And that's not training we want to do.
So side only.
So what we want to do is get him to lift his head and throw it in, you know? But teaching him to be really snappy, reactive is not good if we want to have this be an alligator that we can regularly interact with closely.
Okay, let me try again with something small. Oh my god, I'm gonna massacre all these tadpoles. Look. Guys, move! It's like the Great Migration. Move, move! You guys. Oh my god, there's no way to do this. Big Mac.
There, see? Perfect. That's what we want. So he learns that's how he gets food.
Can I get Bella?
I would, so where she's at right now, I'd prefer definitely if you use the tongs because I don't want it going down there and becoming disgusting.
What if she comes to me?
Yeah, she's coming up.
Bella. 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 Bella.
There you go.
You are a nuisance alligator now. She's like fearless all of a sudden. It just took those 2 days of feeding, you know?
Yeah, she's on it now.
She knows her name, you think?
No, but she's associating us with the food, and anything we do at this point is associated. Yeah. Just keep on saying her name.
Bella. And then gotta get the tongs. You're a good girl. Here. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I know.
So it's Bella hissing.
Good girl. You want to feed her?
I want her away from Big Mac.
Okay.
They don't really know each other that well yet.
Is this like an arranged marriage?
Come here.
You think she'll come out?
Come here. I'm just trying to get her to come this way.
I got chicken. Bella. Bella. She's being a good girl. Bella. Bella. Come on. Bella. Further or here?
That's okay.
Bella.
Nice.
She's beautiful.
Nope. Just like, where's the next one?
Look at her. Where's my phone? I gotta get some photos for our rescue page. Look at her.
She's looking cute.
She is so cute. She reminds me of Target. Look at that pretty girl. She's like stationing on her own.
Bella. 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 There you go. Good girl. She wants more.
Look at her. So I don't know if we talked about like her nose, what's going on over there.
Yeah, she's got nose rub.
Yeah, it's just like superficial, because I know people are going to ask. It's literally just like a superficial rubbing. Is that a tadpole on the side of her face?
A squished one, yeah.
Oh, do you think they eat the tadpoles in here?
Probably not. They're too small, I think. But yeah, so she's.
Enough, or can I give her more?
No, you can give her another. They're both pretty thin. Yeah, I mean they're not like skinny, but they could definitely use more food.
Can I get her a big piece then?
Yeah. But yeah, so they have that nose rub, or she has nose rub, because she's been trying to dig down into the
Bella.
concrete in the bottom of the pool.
Bella.
So she just has to learn that doesn't work like that.
Can I see if Big Mac will come on this side for me?
You might.
Big Mac. Big Mac. Big Mac. So he's like still not understanding his name.
He's funny. I'm not sure. So we don't know if his hearing is damaged at all.
Look at Bella.
You know, like
Mac.
his eyesight is returned,
Big Mac.
but the way that he's acted, we don't know if his hearing is damaged from getting hit by the car or anything like that, you know? So not exactly sure, because he is a little funny about reacting to sound. I mean, you see how Bella, like, she's catching on so fast, and that's normal.
Reward her for coming to the wrong name. Bella. Bella. Good. Open. Open. Bella. Good catch.
That was a good catch.
That was a good catch.
He heard that one.
Good girl. That's a good girl. Are you a nuisance alligator? Are you a nuisance alligator? Her hand is healing really well too. She looks good.
Yeah.
Good girl.
So what's crazy with Bella is, you know, like just as far as time spent in here, it was minutes ago that she was like terrified of us and wanted nothing to do with us. And now she's like a full-blown nuisance gator. Now she's actually coming up to me for food. She was just thinking about trying to jump at me. She's trying to sneak up behind me. So that's what I mean when I talk about like don't feed wild alligators, because it seems like, oh, they're afraid. They want nothing to do with you. Keep on feeding them, keep on feeding them. Once they get a couple pieces and then it clicks in their brain, this is immediately now a dangerous animal that will creep up behind you. And if I'm sitting here fishing and not paying attention, you know, and like she starts creeping up like that and she will jump at me. We weren't filming, but she popped her head up like I could tell the body language. She was going to try to jump at me, you know, and it's like that happens so fast in their head. That's why it's so important to never feed a wild alligator. And that's why it's illegal in Florida to feed wild alligators, because you just see the gears turning in her head of like, oh, people are scary. People feed me? People are food, you know, and like that's the danger in feeding a wild alligator, you know. Here's a little piece of gator chow. No, you want that? It's in your mouth. So we gotta try to get her to understand those things are food too. No? She doesn't understand yet. He does. Yeah, they gotta understand like the chow is actually food. I love these guys so much already. They got so much personality. Look at her, look at her, look at her. You gonna do it? She's thinking about it.
She's fiery.
She's thinking about trying to bite me. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Yep. Now imagine my back is turned and and I don't know how to block a gator with a stick. If I was just sitting here and I'm like, like that's how you get nailed. You know, she just comes creeping up like, can I bite this guy? I mean, just think about it. Like, as far as time spent with this alligator, it was less than an hour ago, not today, but time spent, less than an hour ago, she was terrified of us. And now it's like, I'm going to come up and bite you.
Well, I think this is also a good chance to talk about a true nuisance alligator. And I don't think that any of our gators are true nuisances. So nuisance alligator is just a label. Like a completely wild alligator, if it crosses the highway, it's then a nuisance. It could potentially have gone the last 30 years without seeing people, and then a storm comes, it gets, you know, a little confused or ends up somewhere it's not going to be, and it's labeled as a nuisance even though it's not a true nuisance.
Well, nuisance is a threat to human life or property, right?
Right.
Which, if it's in the road, people hit it. If you hit that going 80 miles an hour, you're probably going to die.
Right.
You know? And so's he. Obviously.
Yeah, but I guess when I think of like true nuisance, it's like how Bella is now.
Oh, I agree with you.
know?
I'm just trying to clarify so people understand. Like, well, then why is one in the road a nuisance? Well, because if you hit it going 80, you're
right.
dead. You know?
Yeah. So once it has anything to do with people whatsoever, even if it's completely wild, that's what I'm trying to make the point. Maybe I'm not doing a good job of it, but Bella was a completely wild alligator. And the area she came from was just like swamp, and she just ended up in a parking lot, you know? So therefore she's a nuisance. But before that, she was terrified of people. She was terrified of us, you know?
Yeah, so she wasn't like a actual danger to anyone.
Right, just that she was, you know, in the parking lot crossing, and therefore, you know, she's a nuisance.
No, now she's getting scared.
No, she's circling back. She's circling back.
You got a little nugget? No?
I ordered the big croc chow last week, so hopefully it's here soon.
The croc chow is great for training because it floats. That's why I love to use it. I don't like to use it as their main diet though, that's for sure. And it also like gets the water really cloudy and dirty and stuff. So like I just like to use it for training like this and little pieces like that, you know.
And today we are going to make a huge
order on rats.
Yeah, polar rodents.
Yeah, shout out to polar rodents. Use the code Gator 10. Pretty sure.
Gator 10, and we'll leave it in the description box.
Yeah, and you can get a little discount on your order. You know, but yeah, so we're gonna order a bunch of rats, and that's what we're gonna mainly feed them.
But we probably won't show it on YouTube because people get weird about.
If there's no blood, rats. I think we're gonna be fine.
People get so weird when you feed rats.
Yeah, but you know, we're gonna see. There you go. We're gonna see. We're gonna test it out. But look at her creeping underneath.
I can't see her now.
Oh,
there she is.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep. Oh, she's creeping at your feet, and then she's gonna go bite Big Mac.
Do not bite him.
She doesn't understand.
No biting Big Mac. but yeah, so we're gonna feed him that. That way, it's whole prey, bones, organs, fur, everything like that. We do not want to give them all chicken all the time. You know, that's not a good diet. We want to have good variability. So we'll be getting some good rats and whatnot for them, and give them that too. Hi, Big Mac. Hi, big fella. Hi, big fella. Oh, this big boy. This big boy. What are you doing, huh? Got lots of little tadpole friends in here with you now. Big Mac. Big Mac. There you go. So we have some more of the little tiny baby croc chow right now. We ordered some of the large ones, but they're not in yet. So just want to come in here and hang out with him a little bit and do a little training with him. Big Mac. He's chewing on the one he's got still. But we also want to talk about, had a lot of people asking about the alligators we have. And so these are nuisance alligators, but at the same time, they are also coincidentally alligators that needed rescuing. And so permit-wise, this gets a little weird. It gets a little confusing. So we had a lot of questions about this. Like, can't you just go out? Big Mac. There you go. People are like, oh, well, can't you just go out and save an alligator that needs rescuing? There's an injured alligator out in the middle of the forest that needs rescuing. Can you go help it? No, we're actually not allowed to. And in fact, nobody in Florida is. Florida does not allow rescue and rehab of alligators. Then why do we have alligators that are rescues that we're trying to help out? So that's because these guys are coincidentally also, it's in your mouth, bro. Also nuisance gators. So like Dino, super sick, right? We got to go and save him. Now we're saving him because he's also coincidentally a nuisance animal. He's showing up at a boat dock. And so that's why they called it in. They didn't call it in because they noticed he was acting weird. They called it in because there's a giant alligator at a boat dock. Him with his busted leg, got hit by a car. He got called in because he's in the middle of the highway. He also happened to get hit, but whether he got hit or not, there was a call as a nuisance animal that is in the highway causing a problem. So a nuisance alligator is one in Florida causing a threat to human life or property. And that can be broadly interpreted in different ways. And sometimes that's just somebody who sees one and they're just afraid of it. Even if the gator didn't do anything wrong, it didn't attack, it didn't do anything, it just takes one person to be like, I don't like the way you're looking at me, buddy. And then he's a nuisance gator. You know, and so it could be all kinds of different meanings on that nuisance gator thing. But the point I'm making is that for us to go and rescue an alligator, it has to be a nuisance gator. Now, we also say, too, that whether or not it's an animal that is injured that we get as a nuisance gator, we still call it a rescue. Like Bella. Bella is a rescue nuisance alligator, even though there's nothing wrong with her. She wasn't sick, she wasn't injured or anything like that, but we still call her a rescue alligator because normally nuisance gators are also killed. So even when we get new alligators in where there is nothing wrong with them, we're still going to call them a rescue nuisance gator, even if it wasn't like an actual physical rescue, because Big Mac, as a nuisance gator, they would be shot and killed anyways, since that's what most trappers do. The state of Florida kills about 8,000 nuisance alligators each year just as nuisance animals, because trappers don't make money by catching the alligator. They make their money by killing the alligator and selling the meat and the hide. And that does not make them bad people. That's how they make their living. Just like Ron, the trapper that we work with, he is awesome. And he's the one who decided to be compassionate and allow us to take these alligators on, you know, and we did Big Mac, we did a little bit of fundraising too to be able to pay him to compensate him for some of that too. But right off the bat, he was just giving them to us to be nice. You know, he didn't have to. That's a money loss on his part. But either way, it does get a little weird and a little confusing. And people are always like, oh, well, there's a gator here that needs help. Go help it right now. I'm like, We're not allowed to. Is it a nuisance gator? Because that's what's important. If it's a nuisance alligator that also happens to be injured, then we are, double rescuing it, so to speak, But it gets weird, it gets complicated, the laws are convoluted, it doesn't make a lot of sense, especially if you're not from Florida and you're like, what? I don't understand. Why can't you go help it? It needs help. The state does not allow rescue and rehabilitation of alligators in the wild, only if they're a nuisance animal causing a problem for people, right? Does that make sense, Gab?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember how,
Big man.
I don't think it ever got helped. Do you remember how hard it was like 5 years ago? There was an alligator with like a rope, like a red rope stuck around its neck. And everyone was trying to get it help, and FWC like would not allow it to be helped.
Yeah, so...
I mean, what's happening right now? What are we getting tagged in right now?
Yeah, so today we found out about an alligator that has, it looks like a frog gig stuck in its back. And it's like maybe a 5 or 6 foot alligator. She's coming up. She's
I
being a
know,
little more
I
friendly.
see her.
I don't know.
I mean, she walked over from the, We're defrosting chicken right now. They are going to get fed today. She doesn't understand the
She
crock
does not
chow.
understand the chow. But yeah, so this gator, today we got images of it, and it's only about an hour away from us. Big Mac.
Oh, be careful with Bella.
She's creeping. So it's only about an hour away from us, and it looks like somebody stuck it like right about here with a frog gig in the back. And so we're trying to figure out how we can go save this alligator and rescue it. But the only way we can go get it is if somebody reports it as a nuisance gator. We're not allowed to just go help it because it needs help.
And it's also not like you can just make it up like, oh, it's a nuisance. The area it's in, it would not be a nuisance unless it somehow ends up like on the main road or something, which it might. So there's still a chance, but they don't allow it.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, you have an alligator permit. Why can't you just do it?
Yeah.
Chris going to do it, me going to do it. That's the same thing as a random person going to do it. It's poaching. It doesn't matter. The qualifications is poaching.
I have a permit to own alligators at this facility. I don't have a permit to go, well, nobody does, to go rescue an alligator just for no reason other than that it needs help. That doesn't exist.
Now, sometimes if it gets enough media attention, like the alligator that was like stuck in that storm drain in Miami years ago, and even, Jolene, and there's been other gators that they get such massive media attention, then FWC kind of has to respond. They kind of have to do something. So that's why there's like these one-off cases sometimes where they're allowed to, but for the most part, it's no. They don't let you. It's illegal. That's the thing.
The whole thing is weird.
Yeah.
Big Mac.
Are you allowed to rehab like bears and stuff? Or, do they allow any?
I don't know about that one. We'd have to look into that. But as far as gators go, the whole situation is weird and convoluted and above our pay grade.
Yeah.
So it all gets really weird.
I understand not allowing the relocation of nuisance alligators, for legitimate reasons, because there's a healthy population, because they have the homing ability. I do not understand not being able to take a sick alligator and keeping it in captivity for the rest of its life.
I have no idea.
I don't understand. I just don't get it.
Well, it's because it's the state, right? And the state is like thousands of employees. We often think of it as if it's one entity that is coherent and working to the same goal together. No, it's thousands of people working for the state, and some of them think all alligators should be dead. Some of them don't like alligators at all, and they would be better off if gators were wiped out from the state. I know some people like that. They want them gone. It's bad for tourism. They eat people. There's a lot of people like that. And then there's also some really cool people who want to help save them, and they work for the state, the same entity. So there are differing. Big Mac.
It's something that I would like to push for. I don't know how to be changed.
Yeah.
Especially we're working with people like Kim, who is an actual reptile rehabilitator, and she's allowed to rehabilitate every animal. Every reptile except for alligators. How does that make sense? She is a legit scientist doing actual rescue work, and they don't let her.
My opinion is because there are a lot of people in the state that wish gators were extinct. That's my opinion, and because I've had personal experience with some people like that. But that's not the state's opinion. It's certain people working within the entity. So again, it gets weird. It's just within any official government entity or any company, really, you're going to have good people and bad people, and they are both striving to turn the company or, whatever entity, the direction they want it to be going. So that's why you can get things that are weird and convoluted and, don't really make sense or contradict each other, you know? So the whole thing is weird, you know? Now, along those lines though, then I had a lot of people today, they were like, well, if you have to work, so we have to work with a trapper. That's something else I want to clarify too. We are not the trapper for the county. We work with the trapper. So like we work with Ron, and if Ron gives me a call, he's like, oh, Chris, you want to come help me with this gator? Absolutely. I can go out and I can catch the gator
because
with
we
Ron.
have a permit. Because we also say because we have a special helper permit.
Right. So, but Ron is the main trapper. And so there's usually one main trapper per county. Sometimes it makes it up a little bit, but usually there's one per county. And so a lot of people are commenting, they're like, well, why don't you just become the trapper for the county? Because most of these people have had the permit for over 15 years. Most people who get the permit end up keeping it until they die. Like, it's literally like it is a lifetime job, as most people take. They don't have to, you know, but like that's how most people take it. Once they got it, they do not let it go and they keep it forever. And so there are not openings, you know, you can't just jump into it or anything like that. So we got a call. We had to cut for a second. Yeah, so what we were saying is that basically the nuisance alligator trapper for each county usually holds that position until they are too old to hold it, basically, you know, or something else. So it's not like you can just become the trapper. So everybody's like, oh, just be the trapper. It's not that simple. I can't just become the trapper. There's a guy here and he's probably going to have it the next 40 years. That's usually how it works. So we can't just become the trapper, and we can only work with trappers that want to work with us. It's up to them. It's their call, you know. And you know, thankfully, Ron is super cool and he wants to work with us and he's awesome. But not everybody does, you know, and that's totally their call. That's their prerogative. So we have to work within the limits of what we can.
Well, even so, like right now with this alligator that has the pitchfork, the trapper can't do anything even if it's his area because it's not a nuisance. So people tend...
Oh, he can't deem it a nuisance.
Right, yeah. So like we were getting a few comments like, why can't you just be a trapper so you can do whatever you want? It's like you can't do whatever you want.
You
like,
don't get to do what you
no,
want.
you can't just take gators. It's very regulated. The state sends you a specific permit with a specific address for a specific alligator with a length description. It like you can't...
That's really important, yeah. So you are only allowed to capture the nuisance gator within, what was it? Do you remember?
100 yards from the property line.
Yeah. So they're going to send you the permit, and the permit's going to have the address and then the size estimate of the alligator and the person calling in, all that stuff. And you show up, and you are only allowed to catch that gator within 100 yards of that person's property line. Yeah. So if it swims over there, peace. You can't do anything about it. You can't touch it.
If the permit is...
And if you catch it, you're a poacher now.
Yeah.
You're getting arrested.
And if the permit's for one alligator and you show up and there's 10 alligators, guess what? You can only take one. They have to call in new permits. So like people don't understand.
It's highly regulated.
Right. It is highly regulated. And also even if we were trappers, it's one per county. So that means it's just like a police officer. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. If you're a police officer in Miami, you're not going and arresting people in Orlando. You're just not allowed. It's the same thing. So if we're the trapper for, let's say, Putnam County, we can only catch nuisance alligators in Putnam County. We cannot go anywhere else.
You can't go step on another trapper's toes.
Exactly.
You know?
So that's
that's
why it's kind of funny when people like comment like, why can't you just do this, like as if it's so easy, not understanding everything that goes into it. So it's kind of like comical.
Just go do this.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Just get the permit.
It's not like we've been doing this for years and years and that just never occurred to us.
Just amputate his leg. Just do surgery on Dino to remove the lead. It's just
get it done. What
it's
do you
just kind of comical.
Just snap your thumb and it happens, right?
Just anything. Just curious. Just get it done. I feel like just is like the new trigger word. Just do it.
Well, okay.
It's like Nike.
So on this topic too, I also wanted to bring up. You saw that comment. I know you did because Gabby was jumping on this guy in the comments, saying like, "Oh, it was probably somebody defending themselves. Why do you assume the alligator's innocent and it wasn't somebody trying to fight and kill it in self-defense?"
Did you notice how he wasn't from Florida? He has
he
pictures in the
deleted
snow.
The comment. It's gone now.
Oh, good, because everyone called him an idiot. I mean,
he's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't live in Florida, you should have no say. And the thing is, they always make it about their children. Oh, well, my kids. Like, no one's talking about your kids. If it was going after my kids, like, no one cares about your kids. No one's talking about your kids. We're talking about an alligator with a pitchfork in its back. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I already realized. I'll just give him a piece and let you rant. I know how you get. I'll just let you do your thing.
Okay, go.
So, it's crazy that this happens almost every time now. You know, this is obviously not our first rodeo with an injured alligator and trying to figure out how to get it and then speculating on how it become injured in the first place. And every time I do one of these posts, and I do mean every time, there's always one or multiple people who say stuff like that. They're like, well, why do you assume the gator's innocent and it wasn't somebody defending themselves? And I'm like, because that never happens. And if it does, they immediately call the police and FWC, and then we are aware of it. There is nobody who gets attacked by an alligator in some crazy scenario and then fights it off with a pitchfork and then doesn't tell anybody, and it doesn't end up in the media, and it doesn't get reported to the police or FWC. That's not going to happen.
It was the same with Archer, the alligator with arrows in her head. They're like, how do you know? And it's like, unless they're Katniss Everdeen or Farrah Archeron from ACOTAR, okay? They are not getting attacked by an alligator, and they just have like practice bows and a quiver, and they're just like nailing it in the head like that. It's not happening.
It's like I don't know. I'm gonna sound like kind of. I'm a guy, so I know how guys think. All right, and I know guys just like we fantasize about situations where we have to defend ourselves, and like it's an opportunity to use your weapons. You get to defend yourself. Like, man, I hope someday somebody walks through my front door and I gotta beat the crap out of them. You know, that's how most men think. I'm sorry, we spend all day thinking about scenarios how we're gonna defend ourselves. You know. And like, I know that's how I think a lot. I know that's how all my guy friends think. So in this situation, they're like, oh yeah, well, it's probably one of those, right? And I'm like, no, has that ever happened to you? No, never happened to me either. You know, and it's just like people look for this weird justification for it, and it's not there. And then on the other hand, I also know how young guys are and how they torture animals. It is a regular thing. It's very, very sad. Thankfully, that's not something I'm familiar with personally, but I know various places where this has happened a lot, especially growing up high school in Central Florida. Guys would just go out and shoot literally any animal that moves. If it moves and they have a weapon, they're going to use the weapon on that thing. That's how a lot of young guys are, especially when they're in their teens and stuff like that. And like, it is what it is. I don't know what to say. It's horrible. It's abusive. It's sick. I have my guy friends now that I know that are like, oh man, I love the work you do. I love these animals too. And they come over and they appreciate it. And they're like, yeah, when I was a kid, man, I used to shoot these things all the time just because it was there. I know so many adult men who say that about when they were young men. And they would just use any moving animal as target practice.
But honestly, people...
Clover. It's the delivery. It's okay.
But honestly, people do that even without alligators. Like... Because the last time the manatee had a bunch of like hooks in it, like someone was trying to deliberately hook a manatee, people were like justifying that too somehow.
You were defending yourself from the manatee.
From the manatee, right? From the manatee.
It's awful, you know? But then when people are like, well, how do you know though? How do you know? And I'm like, because I've been doing this for over a decade of saving animals, and every single time it's some young, sick young man that is just using an animal for target practice. That's what it is every time. There's plenty of videos. If you don't believe me, it's horrible. So like, that's why when I see this gator with a frog gig stuck in his back, I'm like, yep, that's just some young idiot stabbing it because it's there. How do you know? How do you know it wasn't defending itself? Well, for one, it's going into the back, not towards the front. It would be in its face if it was, and it would be going that way. It doesn't make any sense as a self-defense wound to begin with. But also because it is every time. Every time. It's some sicko young guy just torturing animals for fun.
People that aren't in rescue are just too naive. They give people the benefit of the doubt. They give people too much credit. Like the amount of horrible things that we have seen and experienced, you know, and other rescuers too.
Yeah,
and people justify it.
And I really hope someone can prove me wrong one of these times, and that I am wrong. But so far, I'm right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's always somebody torturing animals for fun. You know, it's never a legitimate self-defense.
And with the amount of publicity that Archer got, you know, I'm sure whoever did that saw her. Like, why didn't they reach out and be like, no, that alligator actually was attacking me and I had to shoot it multiple times in the head with an arrow? Like,
it wouldn't stop.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to shoot it 5 times in the head with an arrow and a shotgun.
It's a 5-foot baby alligator, but it wouldn't stop attacking because they're so aggressive.
Are you aggressive, Big Mac?
He's so aggressive.
He's so ready for his chicken. He's like, stop giving me this tiny food.
Whoop.
You think it's defrosted?
No.
Oh, really?
Maybe. We can check.
We left it in the sun.
Yeah, maybe. We'll check.
Look at that handsome alligator. Look at that handsome boy. What is with this, like, new hairdo?
The headband?
Yeah.
You like it?
I do. I do, actually. I do.
No, I talked about in one of my videos how, like, I was literally rubbing my forehead raw because I was sweating so much and wiping my face all the time that it was like rubbing my head raw. And then somebody sent me these.
Oh, really?
So I think it was Linda, if I remember it. I'm so sorry if that's the wrong name. I think it was. We get a bunch of thank you notes I need to read, guys. But yeah, anyway, so I've been wearing this all day, and it, like, I forget I have it on, and it probably does look a little goofy.
No, I like it.
It's like I'm in the Karate Kid or something, but it really helps. When I'm out here, like, working, and I'm just pouring buckets of sweat, it is actually nice. But
let's talk about what
happened here
yesterday, and we don't know 100%.
So Gabby put, what'd you put?
A giant turkey leg. I left it
Right
here at dusk, right like halfway in the water. So like he could smell it and it would like leak out. It's gone. But that doesn't mean anything. That could,
Something else could have got it.
Yeah, a raccoon could have got it.
But it also would have had to have gotten in here.
Yeah.
So,
Or
I mean,
it
the
could have
6 foot.
It could have slid under. We don't know. But
Yeah, well, so I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it on this side. Because you put it on the deep side, and so maybe it's down there. We have no idea. So I'm going to put it on the shallow side. There's also this layer of algae. And if he moves up here to get this, we're going to see his drag line. So we will know if he comes to get this.
So I guess we'll know tomorrow. That's exactly how I did it, like halfway like that.
Yeah, I want to make sure it's not like just...
And the good thing is, if he eats, we can just focus the next month on fattening him up.
Yeah.
Because we spoke to Gatorland.
Yep. So, yeah, we talked to Savannah, and she said that they did chelation therapy on an alligator years ago. And so we're trying to get more details. She wasn't present when it was done, but we're trying to talk to somebody who was and try to get some more details. But they did successfully do it. So it can be done on an alligator. But they also said, make sure it's eating before you start the therapy because it's so rough on the animal. So that's why we're going to try to start leaving some just rotting meat over here. Alligators, of course, are scavengers. They will eat nasty, maggot-full, rotting meat. So not that that's what this is, but we're going to leave this out. Hopefully he comes up. He's going to leave a mark if he does. If there's no mark and it's gone, something else got it, you know, but this will leave a path in this algae if he does come up for it.
I wish there was like night vision cameras or something, because...
I mean, there are, but, you know, getting one out here...
With no Wi-Fi and everything,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, but trail cam would work. I don't know. We can try it,
We can do a trail cam, actually.
You just put a post right here and put a trail cam right looking at it, and it'll get him if he comes up. We can do that.
We have a trail cam somewhere.
Yep, we could do that.
Just to know for sure.
Right now, though, let's try this, and we'll see what happens, you know? But yeah, so we want to get Dino... I mean, obviously, we've been wanting to get him eating anyways. Some of the updates as well, I talked to Dr. Kushner for like an hour yesterday. And so kind of the theory that we're playing with here, and this is a theory, it's speculation, but kind of the theory is that the possibility is that he ate, you know, somebody's fishing, and people do this all the time. They dangle the fish in front of the alligator, and they think it's fun, and it eats it. So probably that's what happened. He got the fish, ate it with the lead. The lead's inside of him. That could have happened a year ago. And then he started to get some issues from the lead toxicosis, some neurological issues, things like that, not acting normally and not able to hunt. And then he starts to become skinnier and more lethargic because of the lead in his system. And then he gets grabbed by another alligator being territorial because he's not moving. He's just... So if another gator came up and grabbed him, that could have been what caused his leg. And then because his system is already so impaired from the lead, it became a lot more infected and messed up than it normally would for a normal alligator. Because normally they heal from everything so well. So if he had the lead toxicosis, though, system's already down, he becomes injured. The injury takes more of a hold with infection because of the toxicosis. And then we end up where we are now, where he's just so messed up from infection and toxicosis. But then he comes here, we start antibiotics on him here, and that gets rid of the infection, and then he rebounds significantly. He's doing better now than ever, but he's still dealing with the lead toxicosis. So we're hoping that because we got rid of the infection, for the most part, that now he's rebounded enough to be able to eat on his own, get him up on some good power feeding, get the health up, then we do the chelation therapy because that's going to be so rough on him. So that's kind of the timeline we're playing with right here to hopefully be able to do this therapy and help him through.
If he starts eating, my goodness, I can't tell you how happy that would make me. And that would make us feel so much better about this therapy. Because he's skinny.
Yeah, if we can get him eating and just power feed him and then do the therapy like a month from now after he's eaten a lot, I would feel so much better. Because right now, I think if we do the therapy, he's going to die.
I wish this was clear. I know we don't want to like stress him, so we don't want to pull him out. We don't want to clean it. We don't want to stress him. We want him to chill, but it also makes it hard to tell like if he's eating.
I mean, we can clean it. Like cleaning it is not fun for him, but it's also not like deathly stressful. So I'm kind of on the fence about it because like I know it's not that bad, but it is a little bit.
You just want to flush it?
Well, that's why I'm kind of like,
just turn it on and flush it for a couple hours?
Cleaning it isn't going to kill him. It's not that bad of stress. But then he's also been so stressed with all the vet care and pulling him out so many times. I don't want to do it because it's a little bit, but that little bit adding on to this already stressfulness, you know, like that's what I'm worried about. So like I'm kind of like on the fence about it because I know it's not a big deal, but it could be just another like, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, that's what I'm getting at. It's not a big deal, but it could be because of his condition. That's what I'm worried about. Oh, so close to losing that. This is the crocodile monitor. You can see the egg in his throat. So that was a big turkey egg. You got a chicken egg there. You gonna get the chicken egg? Look at those claws. No? I got nothing. Don't stare at me. Oh, you're making a mess. Oh, you made a mess. Look who's being a friendly toucan this morning. Oh, you love kale, huh? I think that one's done. Oh, no, a little more. They love it. We have to get more kale. Did you get some, Summer? Yeah. Hi, Jumanji. And some bok choy. Yeah. Oh, is that good? Isn't that good stuff? Yeah. Look at him. He looks so cool. You are such a good-looking tortoise. But after saying that, I, of course, do have to remind people he's like 200 pounds and that these do not make good pets. And they are famous for digging under people's houses when they try to keep them. This is an African species, by the way. They're not native to Florida. The African spur thigh, and people try to keep them as pets, and they dig underneath their houses and mess up the foundation, or they just plow right through fences and escape. So, like, definitely do not recommend these guys as pets. Always have to put that little reminder in. Gabby did produce pickup yesterday when I was down south, so now we're giving everybody some produce. Hi, Kit Kat. Hi, Kit Kat. This is just one little load, so we'll do several loads of it throughout the day. Oh, Julie, you be nice. Fresh produce for the redfoot tortoises. You're supposed to eat the food, not me. So that's Fergus. He's the black Burmese mountain tortoise. And here are the little pigs, all excited and enjoying some produce too. Hi, Hazel. Good girl. Good girl. Hear Yue going nuts in the background. Hazel. Good girl. Good girl. Hazel. Come here, Hazel. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, I got a piece of watermelon. You want that? Yeah. No? Not good enough. Maybe? Nope. Yeah, they love watermelon, but I was trying to see if it would be worth the quote-unquote risk of eating out of my hand. So she'll only eat the raw meat out of my hands. The only thing, like, worth it to her. Good girl. But then when I leave the bowl with her, she's going to eat everything. There will be nothing left. So that's where we have, like, the veggies. We have cucumber, watermelon today, some freeze-dried turkey, and then that was chicken grinds. And then Shippo is up there eating his food. Kira, good girl. Oh, goodness. That's Hazel and Shippo. Kira, good girl. Being a good girl. There you go. Good girl, Kira. Here's Yue. Here's Lily. Hey, don't get mean. Go eat your food. I'm just trying to take a video. Go eat your food. She's very defensive when she's eating. But anyway, so he's trying to show she's eating her food, and now we're gonna go ahead and clean up the quality habitat while they're all in their lockouts and eating. So now we're just spraying down the quality. She's got done poop scooping, so now we gotta spray everything down. They always knock down their houses, so I gotta fix all that too. They're messy little critters. Right here, the Patagonian Mara. And there's Timothy pulling the bowl, as always. So they've got this cute little stump full of goodies in there that they can also chew on and eat. And we've also got them some chewing logs and some enrichment toys with some food in there. He likes that little log thing. Stump, whatever. Chloe. Oh, hi, big girl. You want to come here? Oh, you want food. Taxi ride. There you go. There you go, Chloe. Oh. Are you excited? Are you so happy? You got some food? Yay. Go girl, Chloe. Yeah. Look how happy she is. Petrie. Petrie. Oh, it's just a blueberry. Petrie. He's been getting so many worms lately. Look at him. He is spoiled. He has no motivation for a blueberry. He's like, if it ain't worms, I'm not moving. Same with Zazu. Look at him. He wants to play. But if it's not a worm, he's not being motivated. He's being spoiled too. You want blueberry? There you go. Look at them both. Hi, Jelly Bean. Oh, you love your blueberries. That's your favorite. Yeah. Good boy. What a good boy. Yeah. He's got blueberry and cantaloupe and watermelon and cucumber and blackberry. Looks like maybe some mango too. You happy toucan? You a happy toucan? Oh, look at my fingers. There you go. Good boy. Prairie dog time. They got some monkey biscuits. They're very excited. Hi, Cheeky. Oh, ho, ho. So happy. They also got a lot of salad. They've got some watermelon, green pepper, red pepper, lettuce, some cabbage, all kinds of good stuff in there. Some radishes. Oh, some radishes. There's Poppy over here. Monkey biscuit's the only thing that keeps him happy. Hi, Comet. Oh, there's big turkey. Oh, hi, big guy. Hi, big fella. Hi, big puffy boy. Look at this big puffy boy. Look at this big boy. Oh, look at this big turkey. All right, doing our night checks. Hi, Jet. Hi, Chunk Skunk. You guys ready for dinner? Oh, you're trying to get that moth. Oh, you're trying to get that moth. Oh, yeah. Oh, she wants to play. Oh, she's being crazy. Here you go, Jet. Jet has some ground rabbit, of course, blackberries, insectivore diet, live worms, cucumber, watermelon, and taurine powder, and freeze-dried turkey. So I'm in the aviary, and this is a net casting spider. These are actually really, really cool. I know the focus isn't up, and the focus, as soon as I say the word, right? Anyways, these are a really, really cool species of spider that instead of having like a normal web, they actually create a little web net that they throw onto insects. Really cool. I've seen these guys in Costa Rica, Peru, and then rarely in Florida, so it's really cool to find one in the aviary. All right, now we're bringing Olaf in. Say goodnight. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.